Hello, I'm Nicky Schiller. Welcome to the programme. We start this hour with health news and what researchers say could be a major medical breakthrough. A new study has found anti-obesity injections could reduce the risk of heart attacks, strokes or heart failure in obese people, regardless of the amount of weight that they lose. Researchers spent 5 years studying more than 17,000 people in over 40 countries. They say the findings could prove as significant as the introduction of statins in the 1990s. With more, here's our correspondent Chichi Azunda.
Obesity is considered a growing health problem in the UK because alongside it can come other health complications. And one treatment, a weight loss drug offered on the NHS only from last year, could help reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. A new study, in part paid for by the company which makes one of the drugs, Ozempic, is suggesting that the medication could cut the risk of heart attacks and stroke. Scientists followed more than 17,500 people from 41 countries with an average age of 62. All were either overweight or obese, didn't have type 2 diabetes, but did have a history of cardiovascular problems. Half were given a dose of the drug, the other half a placebo. The report suggests that anti-obesity medications such as Ozempic and Wegovy appear to cut the risk of heart attacks and strokes, regardless of how much weight people lose. Whilst this study still has to be fully reviewed, experts are describing its findings as a game changer and could potentially change clinical practice like other drugs taken to help cardiovascular conditions.
I think it's a really important discovery, and it's an important change because it's the sort of thing we got with statins. In the 90s, when statins came in, we finally figured out that there was a drug class that would change the biology of this disease to benefit a lot of people.
Ozempic was originally used to help type 2 diabetes sufferers, but demand for it has seen shortages in recent months, leaving patients struggling to get their prescriptions. Why these drugs are potentially helping fight things like heart disease is not yet fully known. Scientists think it could be related to inflammation, and there are other chronic diseases they also think this drug could help.
And Chi-Chi joins me live in the studio. So how big a deal is this?
Well, it's quite a big deal because chronic illnesses like heart disease, like obesity, like the dysregulation of blood sugar are quite a problem in the world. The World Health Organization estimates that 1 in 8 people have obesity. In the UK alone, it's estimated that 7.6 million suffer from heart disease. So having a drug that can tackle a lot of these chronic illnesses that have underlying causes like inflammation might help a lot of people.
So is the plan now to roll this out to millions of people?
That's the hope, but there is a lot of steps before you even get to that point. They have to do a lot more research because we still don't know why the drug has the impact on heart health the way it does. And that's what they'd like to find out a bit more information about. Then they have to dot their I's and cross their T's. They have to speak to the relevant bodies. They have to get the right certification. Then they can talk about rolling it out to the millions who need it. Because don't forget, Ozempic was originally a drug that was used to help people regulate their blood sugar. Then they discovered it was good on weight loss, and now there's potential that it could be good to reduce the risk in cardiovascular disease.
Gee, thank you very much indeed for that.